You can copy specific bits of information from any table by basically drag selecting the columns and rows you want to copy. So let's have a look and I'll show you what I mean. So here, if we want to copy everything from building all the way through to material, what we can do is press and hold the left mouse button and then drag down to whichever row we want to copy. If you then do Control-C on your keyboard, taking the view that you're using a Windows machine here, then this will copy the data to your clipboard. If you then jump into a spreadsheet program, for example Excel, OpenOffice, or in my case Google Sheets, then you can use Control-V to paste the results. The alternative would have been to right click into the cell and say paste. So either Control-V or right click paste to paste the data. The other way I could have copied that data is, instead of using Control-C, which is a shortcut on my keyboard, I could have right clicked and pressed copy. You can see the little hint is saying it has the same effect as Control-C. When you copy in this way, you are copying the data without the headers. So you'll notice in the spreadsheet, the top row doesn't show the labels, it's just the data itself. We don't have any of this contextual information here. If you did want to copy with the headers, you can right click, copy with headers. So I'm going to go into this second spreadsheet that I've got, and then I'm going to paste this in like so. You can see this time though the top row shows the header information, which is quite helpful. You might want to bold that or freeze it or something like that, but it's giving you some insight into what this information actually means. Now the last way you can copy the data is copy with group headers. This is only going to make sense if you actually have some groupings applied. So please check out our video on grouping data if you're not sure what that means. I am going to do a simple grouping here just to demonstrate this though. I'm going to group by this inspect field. So I'm going to drag this up to the top. This creates a group. And then you can see we can expand these groups out. We've got 2 items with location as the inspect value, and then 7 with item as the inspect value. Now if we drag select these fields again to copy, I'll copy them to my clipboard and then paste them into here. You can see the furthermost left column is the group. Okay, so this is the other way you can copy the data. So what I've shown you so far are the 3 different ways you can copy selected cells. Things that will make this potentially more helpful are if you've applied, let's say, a section view. Section views help you to filter data in different ways. So maybe I just want to show the sampled items. Then I would select this sampled items section view that I have here. And now we just have 4 rows which relate to those sampled items. I can copy these and we can just paste them into here like so. And it's only those 4 rows that I actually care about. Alternatively, another thing you might want to do is to hide specific columns and only include the ones you care about. We have a separate tutorial on hiding columns, please check it out. But just to show you that, what we can do here is just show a few specific columns. I'm going to only show the building, level, location and item. And then if we copy this into this spreadsheet here, it's only going to be those columns that we actually care about. So with a combination of section views and also hiding columns, you can get the data out in just the way you need it into your spreadsheet program. So with a combination of section views, hiding columns, and this copy selected data feature, you can get the data out in exactly the way you want it. It might also be worth you checking out the tutorial we have on reordering columns, which can also be helpful if you want them in a specific order within the spreadsheet. So you want the columns in a predefined order. So just to recap, in this video I showed you how you can export all data from a table within our system into something like Excel or OpenOffice Calc or Google Sheets. And this might be really helpful if you want to do some sort of data analysis or maybe create a chart or something like that. Ideally, you'll want to do that manipulation in the spreadsheet program because that's what they're designed for. If you don't want to export all data from a table, you can also use our copy selected data feature, which we don't cover here, but there is a separate tutorial on that. Or alternatively, if you want to export all information from a table, there is also an export feature for the entire report, not just the tables that you're looking at. So hopefully this gives you the tools you need to be able to do some really interesting stuff in your spreadsheet program using the data stored in our system.